Hi guys! Welcome back to a Godly Girlies podcast. I am your host, Ike Era, and today I am joined by a special guest.
Ashley.
Hi, Ashley. Ashley. Yes, guys, this is Ashley, my good friend and co-worker question mark?
I guess we work together.
Yeah. It's just like I don't be up there anymore. So that's how we became friends, though.
Yes.
But yeah, is there, I don't know. Would you like to say anything about who you are?
Yes. That was a really lame, I'm Ashley. And I am the host of the Black Sheep Christian Podcast.
Yeah, she is. It'll be right there.
Ooh, I see it. Very nice.
Oh my goodness. I'm so excited for today. I feel like when I'm with Ashley, all we do is giggle and cackle. And so I'm so intrigued to know how this video will go. I'm sure we'll have some serious moments.
We will.
But they'll soon turn into laughter. So yeah, guys, today Ashley is going to kind of give us her story, her testimony about how she came to know Christ. And then we're going to go into her podcast, what it's about, why she started it, and just what she's learning through it. We're like podcast sisters now. I've been on her podcast, guys, so that'll be linked down in the description. Go watch it and go watch everything else that is on there and subscribe and like and comment and all the things.
Yeah.
And follow her Instagram too. It'll be right there.
I'm trying.
It's the way you're looking over.
I know.
It's really
I used to be a theater major, so
that
improv.
makes sense.
It's there.
Wow. I don't think I knew that about you. I guess I'm about to learn a bunch. Okay, so let's start way back when.
Okay.
You're a child.
Okay.
You're in your home.
Okay.
Did your parents know the Lord? Did you grow up in a family that, showed you or taught you about God?
Yes, I did. So, yeah, my parents were already Christians when I came to this wonderful earth. When I decided to beam myself from the sky, that's what I say. I was a star in the sky and I came.
That's so beautiful.
I know.
Okay.
Isn't it?
You are a star.
Descended. Right. Jesus descended from the pillows of the clouds of heaven.
Why can't I?
Why can't I?
You're funny. Okay, so you descended.
Yes, I descended.
You were a star.
I was a star.
And then you became a human?
Yeah, sure.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
So yeah, we lived in the suburbs all my childhood. I mean, my parents worked hard. My parents were with the Lord. It's funny, when we go to church, I did not wear pants until I was an adult.
Oh.
Yeah.
To church or in general?
To church.
Okay.
Yeah. So going to church, I always had to wear a skirt or a dress. And so, yeah.
Was that the church standard or your family standard?
It was a family standard.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you guys dressed up.
Yes, we did.
Every time.
Every time.
Okay. My family was similar.
Yeah.
I think sometimes we would go to other people's church.
Yeah.
And we would always ask my mom, okay, how do we dress?
Yeah.
Do we dress like we're going to church? Or sometimes she'll be like, well, you could dress a little more casual.
Yeah.
And then she'd be like, yeah, you could wear that skirt. But it would still be wear a skirt.
Right.
Or if you are going to wear jeans, dark jeans with a nice sweater or blouse. But I always remembered that growing up, when we went to other people's church being okay, so how do we dress for this church? So I can relate. So you're going to church just all through your youth? You were going to church?
Yeah.
Okay. Were you ever a part of anything in church? Did you guys just go on Sundays or was it during the week as well? Or
no, it was just on Sundays. Now, my dad would tell you that growing up, he was at church multiple times a week. Okay. Sunday and then there was Wednesday Bible study. I'm trying to remember. He told me this.
Everybody's Bible study.
I know.
Okay.
So he would talk about him being at church for hours, but me and my brother didn't experience that long term. Plus, we went to a Baptist church. Now in the suburbs, Baptist is a different experience because, it's a start time and end time,
Okay. It's not like just going on.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. There's
a little more structure.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. The
Okay.
Spirit had a time frame
The
to
Holy
be.
Spirit said, all right, it's 1:00. I'm done. Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
So did you like going to church, or did it just feel like something that you were just doing because your family was doing it?
Something that I was, doing because the family was doing it. Yeah.
So at what point did you start to consider your faith for yourself, or like wonder why you were doing it? Or was there at any point where you started to think about what you were doing instead of just going through the motions?
Yeah, that's a really good question. It wasn't until college. And that's a weird time frame because college, usually people just like move away,
Yeah.
because you're doing college things. You're doing young people things.
Exactly.
But I was kind of actually the opposite. I was being pulled into the church during college. And so that's when I was, what's the term? Measuring my relationship with God.
That's good.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. So where did you grow up?
Yeah, good question. So I was in Maryland, and then I moved here into the Dayton area because of my dad's job.
Okay.
Yeah.
How old were you?
Ooh, I was in like middle school.
Okay. And you guys just found a new church?
Yeah, CLC is where we first got started.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Under Pastor Stan. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So then you go to college.
Yeah.
Where do you go to college?
I went to Sinclair. That's where I started.
Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, I just went to community school because I didn't think I was good enough for a university. My grades were, they weren't the best. And it was because of my dyslexia. So I was diagnosed later, and I had an IEP and everything when we were in Maryland. And it's funny because I just talked about this with Victoria not too long ago. Because she was asking me and I couldn't remember. And so my mom said I had an IEP in Maryland, but when we moved here, they didn't have that structure here. And so my grades were not the best because of that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you went to Sinclair. And so what did you study at Sinclair?
Theater.
This makes sense. Wait, did you do theater in high school too?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. So you've always been a theater kid.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
Wow. I did not think I knew this about you, but it makes sense, because Jay is in band.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And so, like, the arts, you guys are artsy.
Yeah.
Ah, love that for you. Love that.
Thanks.
Okay. I see you. Wait, like, when you were younger, would you be in, like, the church plays, like, for Christmas and stuff?
I was not in no church plays.
Why?
I don't know.
Interesting.
I never really thought about
Did, like,
that.
the theater hit you later in life?
Oh, no.
Oh.
Oh, no. Theater did not hit me later.
Oh.
Girl, I had 5 Barbie dolls because my mom used to watch soaps.
Okay.
Soaps. And so my mom, Guiding Light was her show, I think. Yeah, Guiding Light and Young and the Restless, that was her show. And so I have 5 Barbie dolls, 3 boys, 2 girls. No, 3 girls, 2 boys. The math is mathing. It's going to be in a minute. And so I called it 5 Lives.
Oh my goodness, you gave them their own show.
Yes, I did. I didn't have like Barbies. I had like off-brand Barbies. So that was one thing. And then I had like African furniture. So, I had a kitchen, living room. The only Barbie thing I had was like a Barbie Jeep for my dolls, and I had a McDonald's.
Oh.
I did. Because they have to go eat somewhere, right?
Your Barbies were living good.
They were living good, and it was 5 lives. And so I played with my toys for as long as I possibly could. So theater was always in me.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. This makes sense. Okay. So you had the theater in you from a child.
Yes.
And then you did theater in high school.
Yep.
And then you go to college for theater.
Yep.
Wow. I'm learning so much. Okay. So when you go to college, are you still going to CLC?
Yes.
Okay. And so how did you feel like you were being pulled deeper into church? Like, what did that look like?
Good question. It was Bible study.
Wednesdays. Wednesdays.
Yeah. Well, this one was on Sundays.
Oh.
After church.
Surprise.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, it was Bible study that pulled me in.
What made you want to go or like start going?
Because I was just hungry for the word. So it's very interesting because I prefer Bible studies than the sermon. The sermon is like the pastor's talking to you, like you and God, and this is how it should be. And you're like, yeah. But with Bible study, it is a space for you to test your thoughts, whether it's good or bad. It's like a practice space. So, the pastor can be like, this is what John said. This is what John wrote. And so you'll be like, well, John sounds silly right here. And so it's a safe space for you and the pastor and others to be able to put thoughts together and practice how you should walk with the Lord in that particular subject.
Wow. That's so beautiful. That's
Thanks.
a beautiful way to like sell Bible study. And this is why you should go to Bible study. You can't just go to church on Sunday.
Right.
You need that one-on-one, that opportunity to think about it for yourself. That's so true, because like the sermon is like the pastor is giving you the scripture. Right. He's telling you what it's saying. He's telling you what you should receive from this. And then he's also telling you, well, now this is what you do.
Right.
But like Bible study, you're in the scripture, you're reading it, you're interpreting it, and you're figuring out, okay, what am I receiving from this? And where do I go from here?
Correct.
You ate that up. Wow. Okay.
Growth.
So after throughout college, you're just still going to Bible study, going to church, like nothing's changing for you?
That's when I met my boyfriend at the time.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so did that have like any impact on your faith walk?
That's a really good question. I think it did because we all have dreams for ourselves. Mm-hmm. You'd be like, I'm gonna get this degree, because my plan was I was gonna be on stage. I was gonna be on stage,
the theater stage.
Right. I was gonna be on TV. Get married, do the things. Mm-hmm. I ended up changing my major because I had to take an accounting class. And I did, and I had a conversation with myself, and counting is like you either like it or you don't. You're good at it or you're not. Mm-hmm. Like there's no black and white with accounting. And so I passed it with flying colors, which was kind of unusual. Like I was like, oh, I'm understanding this. Okay, I get this. Okay. And so then I was like, I had a conversation with myself, and I was like, I like my standard of living. I think I'm going to change my major.
You didn't want to be like a starving theater major, figuring things out. Right. Maybe homeless, maybe not. Just figuring it out day by day.
Right.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So you went into accounting.
Yep, I did.
Okay, period. And so you graduate.
Yeah.
What do you do?
Yeah. So by the time I graduated, I got pregnant and my boyfriend passed away. I had Jay on the day of his funeral.
Oh wow.
Yep.
That's so sad.
Yep. Oh.
That must have been hard for you. Like, I would assume that probably had a toll on your faith too. Were you still like going to CLC at that time, or like?
Yeah, I was a zombie. So when you say it was hard, I really can't compartmentalize that. That's not even a word.
I felt what you were saying though. I didn't know the definition. Do you mean like compartmentalize? It was just the way you were saying it. I was like, yeah, I know what you mean. Compartmentalize. She couldn't figure it out. She couldn't put the things together. You know, like a car has parts.
Right.
You couldn't compartmentalize.
Yes. Yes.
You couldn't put the parts together in your mind.
Right.
Compartmentalize.
Right. Yes. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
You could have just kept going.
I could have.
And I would have understood.
Yes. Webster's Dictionary. It's going to be in there.
Compartmentalize, guys. Start using it. But compartmentalize? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah. Okay. Like I was a zombie. Yeah.
So like even now thinking back, like you can't connect the feelings of how you were feeling because you weren't.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's deep.
Yeah. Because I'll be honest with this. When I brought Jay home, I felt like I was babysitting. Like, oh, the parents are going to come. Like I felt like I was babysitting because I just really didn't have any connection to anything. And I think that was probably for protection.
How so?
Love hurts either whether you gain it or lose it. So when you lose it, when you do lose a love, it can really create, grief can really create feelings that can affect other relationships. You know, so by protecting the heart, by me being a zombie, I'm believing protecting me for the disappointment of everything, the like, oh, I'm alone with this baby, like you look like your dad, you act like your dad, you know, because Jay does like act and joke like him, but I don't have hate towards that or anger towards that or grief towards that.
Yeah.
You know, to see those things in Jay, it's Jay. Like that's not the father. That is Jay. That's not Jason. That's
They're
Jay.
their own person,
Right.
and you're not connecting the two or their thoughts.
Yeah.
Wow. That's like, wow, now I understand what you mean. Like that's protection. That's so deep. Because then also like because you weren't feeling the feelings, you were able to still be a mom and go through things without like having those emotions and being consumed by that.
Yeah.
That's so deep. Like the way like the Lord protects us in that way, like the way he was able to, you know, kind of like pause your feelings.
Yeah.
Wow. That's kind of powerful. Because it's like to others, they may feel like, well, you never dealt with like the feelings or the grief, but in reality it was kind of like the Lord was able to heal you on the back end without like having the outward expression of sadness and grief and all these things. And so it still had the same effect of like whether you were like crying and going through the motions. Wow. Oh my goodness. See, this is why I love this podcast, because, you know, when else would I have learned these things or like have these conversations? Like they don't just like pop up.
Yeah. Yeah, we wouldn't be having this in housing.
Literally at all. Somebody would be calling or somebody walking past, a student coming in, something.
Right.
Something. Wow. That's so sad, but like so powerful. I'm sorry you went through that, but also like the Lord was in it with you.
Right. And sometimes I think looking back, to be honest, I never really said this. So God takes things away because he wants you to do something or achieve something. I honestly believe that we were going to get married, and he probably did too. I mean, God was like, she's going to get married, they're going to have kids, and there's something that he needed for me to do, and it just wasn't going to get done.
That's so good. And also, it's like now because you've gone through that, like you're able to help others who may go through that or may be in that situation. Like now you have a testimony that can empower other people to see the God in their situation.
Yeah.
So, yeah, the Lord is so intentional with everything that he does.
Yes.
Wow. Okay. So now you're a mom.
Yes.
Congratulations. This is like 18 years ago.
You know, it's funny because when I went to a checkup, they're like, oh, she's a keeper. And I was like, there's a return policy.
She's a keeper. It's crazy. Like what? You could take her if she wasn't?
Like, is this a return policy?
So, well, okay. So when do you feel like you like started to realize or kind of like feel that feeling of like being a mom instead of like that kind of disconnect?
Yeah, that's a really good question. Wow. I would probably say like when Jay was probably in elementary school. Mm. And I say that because babies are expensive. Like the hustle is rough. Jay, by the time Jay was done with daycare, it was over $60,000, I calculated.
Oh my gosh. I'm sorry, what?
Daycare.
How old?
Jay was done by 9, 10.
You tell him that's $6,000 a year just for daycare?
Yeah. Yeah, daycare.
Ooh, no. Okay. She was 10. Yeah, $6,000. My goodness.
Yeah, my parents helped out. Yeah, because it was more than 60. My parents helped out tremendously, not only with like helping raising Jay, but also financially. And daycare was one of them. Summer was the toughest. And I say summer was the toughest because that was $1,000 a month. And it was more than my rent. And so when you think about it, like I was paying rent and daycare. And so I was basically paying more than what people would do in a mortgage at that time. So my parents helped financially pay for daycare. So I think
shout out to y'all. The real ones. Mr. and Mrs. Ashley's parents.
So yeah, I think it was because it was like when a child is born, like formula, like that's expensive. And I was on assistance. I was on WIC at the time, and it wasn't enough. So I got this allowance. The babies still got to eat once the allowance is done. So that was out of pocket. And then you also have diapers, which I think is a scam. Babies don't need diapers. Okay.
Tell me more.
First of all, we went without diapers. So babies understand their bodies right away. So can you imagine just like, so it's really about communication about when the baby's ready, schedule and communication about when the baby's ready. But yeah, I honestly think diapers is a scam. But yeah, so diapers was expensive because that was $200-300 a month. Formula was a couple $100 a month. And then now I'm doing daycare. And so I didn't feel like a mom until the daycare was done because it was all about that hustle. You know, go to work, go, get you there, get and you know you're trying to survive. And then once daycare was done, it started to melt away.
Wow. That is something. You know, it really, really, really makes you rethink. I don't want to say rethink children because, you know, I've already been rethinking children. Every time somebody tells me about their birth, their childbirth, I'm just like, that's another tick on that box.
You know, Jay was easy. I didn't have to. Jay was very easy. I felt contractions. I called the doctor. Yeah, I think I'm having contractions. Doctor was like, come on in. And then I wasn't like, So I get to the hospital, and then it was a guy nurse who was like, "Do you want an epidural?" Sure. Slept.
You're just chilling.
I was. Slept. Woke up. Hey, I think I feel pressure. And then the nurse came in. "Oh, you're crowning. Don't push. Let's get the doctor." So as I'm pushing, I see a nurse comes in, drops something off. And I was like, "Is that my sandwich?" That was me. That was me at my birth.
Is that my sandwich?
It was a good sandwich, too.
Oh my goodness. You're hilarious. Is that my sandwich? That's what you was concerned about. You're in labor. Is that my sandwich? Bro, I cannot. See, and that's good because I think I've just heard everything, all sides of it.
Yeah, yeah.
Like I was talking to my nail tech. She started having contractions at 7 a.m.
Yeah.
She didn't have her baby until 1 a.m.
Yeah, yeah.
the next day. Like
Yeah.
all day, just
Yeah.
in pain. And then the money.
Yeah.
And that was just for daycare. And then there's college and
Yeah.
car. And that's the thing. A child is a lifetime commitment.
It is, especially these days, because we living at home longer.
Literally. Because kids are just there forever.
Yeah.
Like, even like once they turn 18, they might move out the house. They might not.
Right.
They might go to college. They might not.
Right.
They might just figure things out in your basement.
Yeah, yeah. I wouldn't be surprised. Jay is very is a hard worker, but if kids are pushing 30 when they leave their parents' house.
I think about me. I'm 23. I still call my mom all the time.
I
I'm
know.
gonna call her when I leave here.
I know you will.
Talked to her this morning.
I know you did.
It's just lifetime. Like that's just a big commitment.
Yeah.
Whew. Anywho,
But I mean that's our relationship with God. There's 60-year-olds who are still calling me. "This child is 60 years old." Still calling me.
You ate. Way to bring it back. Way to bring it back. Way to bring it back. And there's also beauty in children. Let me not just dog having children. I do have my concerns, but will I ultimately have a child? Of course. I saw this post that talked about how like the only thing you get to bring with you in heaven are your children. Like the thing that is from you or that you have here on earth, like you can't bring your home or money or anything else. Like you can bring your children.
Yeah.
And I was like, that is so beautiful.
I never thought about that.
Like that's all you have the ability on your own
Yes.
to bring with you. And so when you raise your children to know God, you're able to bring them with you to heaven.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Now I want 12. Like,
12.
JK.
Whoa.
Lord, that was a joke.
Whoa.
That was a joke, Lord. Okay.
I will be there to help your mom.
I already told her I'm gonna like have a little house for her next to my house
Ooh.
so that she can be my nanny. That way I don't have to worry about that $60K. I'm gonna have her. I'm gonna have her, and yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. And I'll come and visit and help your mom out.
Oh, wonderful. Mm-hmm. I'll get us 2 little houses.
Oh yeah, yeah. Because I love children. I just don't want to have them physically. I want to hold the baby. I want to smell.
I heard baby smell so good. Oh. I'm like so intrigued to know what the baby smell is.
Listen, God did that on purpose. Because he knows that we don't like babies. So he was like, I'm going to make them smell good so they won't kill them.
Oh my goodness. Like, I know they're going to frustrate you. So just give them a sniff. Calm yourself down. That is hilarious. Yeah, because I see those videos all the time about like the smell of babies. I'm just like, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was good. That was a good little kiki. Okay, see your mom, and you're still going to CLC. You're still in church. Nothing is shaking. Well, maybe not nothing, but like you're nothing's like breaking that consistency.
Right.
Love that for you.
Thank you.
So interesting. So was that like always the case? Like you just stayed at CLC, you went to Bible study, like?
Yeah, it was. Excuse me. It wasn't, when it came to me and my church, or I should say my relationship with the Lord, it has been a slow, it's like a slow cooker. I'm going to call our relationship a slow cooker. We've been cooking all this time, you know. But it slowly is intensifying as we get along. I wouldn't say me going to church was performative, but it was like that was the thing to do.
Yeah.
And so slowly, and you know what? I'm missing one of the most important parts.
Oh.
So after I had Jay, I would go to CLC intermittently, but what I was doing, which concerned my parents greatly about my relationship, was I was church hopping.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I was church hopping, and it was more of a discovery mode.
Okay.
It was kind of like, how do these people move? How do those people move? Seeing how different types of church services and just like seeing God's people is very interesting, especially with some type of churches, with praise and worship, they just stand.
Yeah.
So they're like, do, and they're just like standing.
It's there.
And then when you go to the Pentecostal, and they're like,
I do know.
That was not the move, but you get the point.
Yes. Not that exactly, but I know what you're trying to say.
I can't move my feet. Like I can't move my feet.
She can't give y'all the full.
Right. No.
But yeah, if you know, you know.
Yeah. It's more into the feet, but you can't see those things. So
So you're just like going around just to like see what else was out there.
Yeah.
Okay. But you were still going to CLC like every once in a while? Like kind of like that was your home base.
Yeah, exactly.
So did you ever like find a new church from that, or like what was it that you were trying to get out of that?
Good question. That's a really good question. I really don't know to this day. Like, I even have this urge to go church hopping again because the church opened up. I still haven't gone to the Crossroads that opened up at the mall.
I heard it's huge.
Right.
I heard it's like a theater.
Right.
You might like that, Like lights, all the things.
Right. Yeah.
I don't like those.
When CLC, when they renovated their church and they did the whole stage thing, I really missed the pews. Like, it was just kind of like, it was like the spirit just left. Even though the word is still being taught, it just brings a different feeling. And it's like clothes. When you wear a suit, you move away. When you wear jeans, you move a certain way. The clothes just weren't feeling right.
That's deep. Because it's like I can fully understand what you mean.
Yeah.
Because I've gone to CLC, like, no shade to them. Like, it was a good message, like the worship, they sounded really good.
Yeah.
But it's just something about like being in like a theater style church.
Yes.
Where it's like they're up and you're like looking like up at them and they're like on a stage and there's like slideshows for everything and clips and like it just didn't seem right.
Yeah.
It didn't feel right to me. I didn't feel like I was in a church.
Yeah.
Because it was like very structured. Like, okay, first we're going to do worship. Then we're going to have these people talk about this thing that we're collecting donations for. And here's this clip about these kids in Asia. And and I'm glad it's all for God.
Yeah.
That should always be the purpose. But I just think for me personally, and like maybe it's just a personal thing. Like maybe for other people, like they like that, it keeps them engaged or something like that. But for me, it does the opposite because it's like too much going on. And so then I can't really focus on like what the purpose is.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I get that. And that's why like with crosswords, first of all, it be crossroads.
Yeah.
It being in a mall, like that, just driving and pulling up to a mall for me, like I'm gonna be in mall mode. I'm gonna be thinking about shopping, like, yeah. And I just like my like small church. I know it won't be small forever, and when that happens, like I feel like it'll still have that small feel because I feel like my pastors like created that environment of like, yeah, you can come up to us after church and we'll sit there and talk to you. We're not rushing out and things like that. And like we have their numbers, we can text them and stuff. And so I think even when we become bigger, I think it'll still have that feel because the environment was set for that, if that makes sense.
It does make sense.
But yeah, I'm intrigued for you to go to Crossroads. I want to know what it looks like in there.
Yeah, I heard there's like you can, during mall hours, you can literally go in there and sit.
Interesting. Like when nothing's going on?
Yeah.
That's so interesting.
Yeah. Unlimited coffee or something like that.
I wonder, like, why would people want to do that?
I don't know, but I'm very intrigued.
Like, you're just in the mall and you're like, man, did a lot of shopping. Let me just go sit inside of someone's church.
Yes. Thanks, God. Thanks for all these bags today.
That's so intriguing.
I hope I look good.
Okay. Okay, back to what you were saying, though, about, like, church hopping.
Yeah.
I think, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. Like, a new church opens up and you want to go see it.
Yeah.
I think sometimes for me, I do want to, like, go experience other people's churches. Like, my friends, like, people from college who I know go to, like, other churches, I do, like, sometimes want to go. But I just love my church so much. It's just like, I don't want to miss this sermon. And then
and that's perfectly fine. I mean, probably visit your church.
Come join us. Passion Church, 11:15 a.m.
Because, I mean, church hopping isn't something that I recommend. And I say that because, you know, you're like, I don't feel like it. No, we need to be planted somewhere.
Yeah.
You know, and if you feel comfortable planted, cool. I was just on a discovery mode, you know, just seeing what was out there.
Yeah.
And the way I'm a Black woman, so, you know, there are limitations on how we move. And so in order to prep myself, I'll be like, well, this is God's house. God has a house on the lake. He has a house on the mountain. He has a beach house, you know, and it'll be like, there's no reason why I can't walk into any of his houses and to hear him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
You're so eloquent with your quotes and stuff and your statements. Oh, okay. But yeah, I think going off what you said, I think it's different when like you're trying to like figure it out, like that church hopping.
Yeah.
But I don't think like people should be continuous church hoppers.
No.
Like you said, like you should be planted. But I think there's a difference between church hopping and wanting to visit other churches, which I feel like is totally normal.
Yeah, and I never brought Jay with me. Yeah, I never did that.
Why?
Oh, Jay's mind was so young. So gooey, you know. I didn't want Jay to come out like, why did they say that? You know, because you really don't know
what to expect.
Right, exactly.
That's good. You're such a good mommy. Oh my goodness. That's so beautiful. Look at you protecting your baby. Okay. So, wait, are you still at CLC?
Not really. But you know, it's funny because the pastor, because I didn't go to the sermons. I just ended up leveling out at the Bible study. And so the pastor of the Bible study just recently sent me an email and be like, hey, hope you're okay. So I need to let him know. I stopped going to CLC because the atmosphere was starting to change. Due to the recent economic climate, there were people in the Bible study that were saying certain things. And it was so funny because I would take a break and I'll go to another church and the pastor would be like, what do they say now?
He was expecting it. That is funny. He knew.
Right, because they would say some triggering things. And Pastor Stan retired recently. And so a new pastor has taken it. Mm-hmm. And I know other people who were going to CLC, and he did a sermon, and that's when some people have left the church. I didn't, and it made a lot of sense to me because I stopped going because there were feelings that were happening that weren't of God, in my opinion. But how can I say that to them? And it's funny because during Bible study, when they would say these things, and I be like, am I the only one who's feeling this? Why is anybody saying something? Why isn't there a correction that is occurring? And it just wouldn't be. And I remember I had a conversation about that with somebody, and it was kind of like what they said was wrong. We know what they said was wrong, but we're not going to address that.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Like trying to like keep the peace type of thing?
Yeah.
That's sad.
Yeah. But the church as a whole does really great things.
Yeah. They have so many small groups.
They do.
Which I feel like is really good.
Yes.
I remember I went there once and like after service, it was just like, it would look like a fair. It was all these small groups. Like you name it, there is a small group for you.
Yes.
Like you got a dog, we got small groups for your dog. Like it was, they had literally everything. You've been in the military, come join our small group.
Yeah.
Are you a woman? Come join our small group.
Yes.
Like you could be in 10 small groups based on literally anything. So I do like that because I feel like small groups are such a good way to like stay connected.
Yeah, yeah.
Like if you don't have like a group to keep you accountable, like you'll just be going to church. You'll just be in the emotions of things.
Exactly.
Or you won't feel like connected to the church because you're just going by yourself.
Yeah.
So yeah, I do think they do great things. Wait, so was that one of the... Because you would go to, like, 2 Bible studies, right, every week? Like, a couple of years ago, like, early on?
Yeah, but it was from the same church, though.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah.
Okay. Wait, so why did y'all have 2? How did that work? What were the 2 different Bible studies? Was it just 2 different days?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, so there's Sunday and then there's Tuesday.
And you would go to both?
Yep.
See, when you first told me that, I thought all this time like you were just, I don't know, like 2 separate groups, like maybe like a church one and like something else that you were just going to.
I may have one at one time because I know with, especially with CLC, you know, I was going to CLC and then every now and again I was going to the other church.
Okay. Yeah. So you stopped going to CLC and you started going to what? The church you go to now?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay. And that's where you were in the 2 Bible studies.
Yep, yep.
Which you sometimes lead. Wow. Have you been leading recently?
No, not recently. I'm more of a substitute. Well, there was a 3rd one that was on Wednesday.
Okay.
So I remember I was more like a fill-in, you know, if other people weren't doing it. And I remember with the one that I was leading more often, she moved to Texas, and so it was kind of like a vacancy. And I was there was church drama, and someone reached out to me to lead it, and I was like, okay. And then it just died. Like the girl just killed it. And I was okay with that because there was a sister that was just a sister who was hurt and who was hurting others, not knowing she was hurting others. You know, when people experience hurt, and it's like
bleeding on other people.
Yeah,
that's understandable.
Yeah.
Heard. Well, how do you like your current church?
Yeah, I enjoy my current church. It's a small church.
Love a small church.
Small churches are nice. If you need that intimacy, that closeness with the pastor to like guide you, a small church is for you. If you're an introvert, you know, you don't like all the people, a small church can be nice unless you want to be hidden, you know, then a big church can really be great.
Be nicer.
It could be nicer.
But you shouldn't want to be hidden. Be found.
Yeah. Small churches are nice as well because big churches have power as far as their name and to be able to move causes. You know, small churches are nice because sometimes, depending upon how it is led, you can easily be able to create a program or create a charity and be able to connect with the community a little bit more easily.
Yeah. That was well said.
Thanks.
You could be like a speaker for different, I don't know, organizations.
Okay, cool.
Okay. So moving on to your podcast.
Okay.
This has been some really good conversation.
Yes, I agree. Thank you.
Thank you. Oh my goodness, they're having some good conversation out there too, man. Y'all probably hearing it. So sorry. I think that mic is off. Yeah, so we really can't do anything. They're just enjoying themselves out there.
Yeah.
And hey, kudos to y'all. Okay, so you have a podcast.
I do.
What's it called?
The Black Sheep Christian.
And why did you start it? Why did you start it? And like, how did you come up with the name? Yeah, I'll give you those two questions. Yeah. I mean, I read off too many at once.
No, you're fine. I'll keep that.
Yes.
It's all right here. So yeah, the Black Sheep Christian is all in the name. You know, being a black sheep is a stereotype, but everybody at one point in their life or feels that they were a black sheep in some group form or another. And it's just that you're just different from the flock. You know, you did something different. You took a different path that was not seen as good or great, you know. And so you still have a relationship with Christ. You just move differently than the rest of the flock, you know, being a black sheep. So that is why I started the podcast. And two, I love learning about people's stories. I love learning about people's journeys and just seeing, just like doing church hopping, just seeing how people are connecting with God, you know.
That's beautiful. And so what's been like a thing that you've been learning from your podcast, or like how is that impacting your faith life?
That's a very good question. What am I learning and how it's impacting? For one thing, listening. Being a podcast, you have to be a really good listener. Really good listener. You know what I'm saying? Like discernment on a whole other level, you know? And when you are with the Spirit and listening to the Spirit, it just allows you to pick up things that you otherwise may not have if you're not paying attention. And I say that because I remember I interviewed a lady. She wrote a book, and I was like, this is such a dumb question, but I didn't have any other questions. I was like, this is such a dumb question. So I was like, what surprised you the most in this journey? And she was like, she said something that I didn't even expect. She was like, she lost friends. And I was like, writing a book? And it was a children's book at that. I was like, writing right. You'd be like, you wrote a kid's book and you lost friends? You're like, what? So it was jealousy. So someone else wrote a book. Her and this other person wrote a book, and so they were on a similar journey. And so when her book was seeing accolades and it was completed, like that relationship deteriorated.
Wow.
So while she's thinking that they're equal, this friend is thinking we are on two different levels, and that's what she said that surprised her the most. And but back to the real original thing is like what I enjoy about it is the discernment and just learning how to walk with the Spirit in conversation.
Yeah.
Wow,
that's so good. That is so good. I can totally relate to that because I think for me, sometimes I'm listening so much I don't know what to say next. I'm like, wow, I'm still in your words, I'm still trying to figure out, man, that was a lot. I don't even know what my next question is because sometimes you have things prepared.
Yeah.
But then the way the conversation is going, it's not really working with what you just talked about. You still have more to unpack from what somebody just said.
Exactly.
So.
And when that happens to me, I'll be like, I'm digesting. And I say that to them right as they're on the podcast because, especially when the Spirit flows out of their mouth, you're like, whoa. And just like quotes are being spit out, and you're like, I would have never thought about that. I would have never thought about it that way. And you're just like, whoa.
Yeah.
And you just want to sit in it.
But it's like you're also directing about it. I relate to that so much because sometimes, like you said, you just want to sit in it. Like, wow, I just want to take that in.
Yeah.
But then it's like, oh.
But you should have that liberty. I remember when I did the podcast for the first time during the pandemic because I did and I stopped because we went back to work. But anyways, there was a lady who had this condition, and I can't remember what it was called, but touching her was painful. And I remember she had it was like children, grandchildren, but I think it was her grandchildren that she was talking about, and she couldn't touch them. She couldn't hold them. And I remember when she said that, I just sat and I was like, I'm going to sit in this because I feel so sorry for you. Like, as a woman, our stereotypical being is to be able to nurture.
Yeah.
And you can't do that to the fullest.
Yeah.
And so we just sat on that for a minute. Yeah.
I guess I need to grow more comfortable in just sitting in things.
Yeah.
But I also think that because I'm able to edit these videos and go back and watch them, sometimes I have the opportunity then to really sit with wow.
Yeah, and I think we rob ourselves from that because it's like this expectation that we have to keep moving.
Yeah.
We have to keep moving, knowing that today, by moving, it is affecting us. For example, like Instagram or TikTok, those shorts. You watch it and your mind's like, next. So it's like this constant moving. And so it's affecting you, but yet we keep going. So lately what I've been doing is I've been watching older movies. And when I mean older, I'm talking like the 90s, older, because they're just on a different pace. And I'm trying to get back on that pace again.
That's good. I feel like this is so intentional because I feel like the Lord has really been emphasizing in my life to slow down. And he's been doing that in a lot of ways. One being I sprained my knee. Over the weekend. And so I've had no choice but to physically slow down. And initially I was overwhelmed by it because I couldn't do all the things I wanted to do in that day because of the time it took, and I couldn't stand too long. So it was like I had some laundry I wanted to put up, but I couldn't stand too long to put it up. Or like I had homework that I wanted to like get done to be like ahead, but I just didn't have the time in my day because I had to go to the hospital for my knee. And so it was so much I wanted to do that I just couldn't do. Yeah. And so I got overwhelmed and I literally started crying. And my mom told me it was the medicine they put me on. It makes you emotional. But I think that was part of it. I think also I was just like dealing with those emotions because I feel like a part of me is being busy. Mm-hmm. And, like, for me, I don't feel productive unless I'm busy. Mm-hmm. And so when I'm not busy, I feel like something's wrong. Mm-hmm. And so, like, knowing that I had things that I wanted to do and I couldn't do was, like, the ultimate letdown.
Yeah, yeah.
And so yeah, like, the Lord has just been kind of emphasizing for me to, like, slow down in my prayers, and then when I'm reading my Bible and when I'm, getting up and getting ready and doing homework. And that is like a total mental shift for me. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't want to slow down. Like, there's things to do and I want to get them done quickly and get to the next task. And so what you said is like so powerful because like this isn't just me. Yeah. It's like society and how like we're being, pushed to be, like you said, even with social media and things like that, like we're used to always being on go, like overstimulating ourselves is like natural now and it's common for people to do. And so getting out of that mindset has been such a challenge. I literally stopped using my crutches on Wednesday. 3 days after I got them because it's just slowing me down. It's just slowing me down. They're a liability. And so I stopped using them.
How long are you supposed to use them?
I don't think they told me.
Okay.
It might be in that packet that they gave me, but verbally, no one said anything. And so, yeah, I stopped using them on Wednesday. But yeah, I just relate to that so much. Maybe I need to start watching 90s movies. But even the thought of that, to like sit and watch a movie, in my head immediately I'm thinking I could probably be doing something else. Like, so yeah, like even if I'm cleaning, like sometimes I'll clean and listen to like my homework at the same time. Like I'm just always doing something. Like watching something, but then when the commercial breaks turns on, then I'm going to my phone to do something else. Like, pray for me. Moral of the story is prayers, please. Maybe by the time this is released, I'll be better, but prayers, please.
Will do.
Thank you. But yeah, that's good. I think from this point forward, when I record podcasts, I'm just going to sit with some things. But then I don't know. It just sounds uncomfy to just be sitting there and be like,
well, it's part of being in the moment.
That's so true.
Because I remember someone said this during Bible study. Encourage you to go to Bible study. What God was telling her, and because the saying is, the present, it's a gift, know, and she's going through a lot, but God was reminding her that I know what it was. It was with her car being broken down. Yeah, her car being broken down. The repair was a lot. She doesn't have the money for the rental, so she's got all these things that are that is happening that need immediate attention, but she doesn't have the resources to solve it. And God was like reminding her, you have a car right now, because the dealership gave her a loaner. So stop worrying about this. You have a car right now. So you can go to work, so you can pay these bills. Just just slow down and be in the moment.
Yeah.
And so when she was talking about her testimony of that day, because that girl's got a testimony. One day I'm going to have her on my show. Like, she doesn't know it, but one day. It made me was like, yeah. Because I remember I had a dream, and because it reminded me of a dream that I had. And me and Jay were uprooted out of our home. Don't know what was happening. We weren't the only ones that were uprooted out of our home, so I don't know what event was happening. And so we had to pack quickly. And so we went to this shelter area. Don't know what building this was, but anyways. So I was like, oh no, Jay doesn't have deodorant. Like, I'm like really stressing out over deodorant. Okay, we were like forced out of our home, so I'm stressing out over deodorant. And so this guy came, and I was like, I need to go to Walmart. Jay needs deodorant. Jay needs this. Jay needs that. And da-da-da-da. And the guy was like, I'll take you to Walmart, and I'll pay for it. And I was just like in my dream, I just stopped. Like, you're gonna pay for all these things after you took us in this shelter area? And that was just reminding me of God, being taken care of, being in the moment. Yeah.
That's so good. Yeah. 'Cause like, for me in that moment, I called my sister. I'm not sure why I called my sister. Oh, I think because I called my mom and she didn't answer. And so I always call my sister next because I know she'll answer. That's why she's my emergency contact. Love you, girl. My mom just do not be answering sometimes. Or like she got an update on her phone, and so now she's like even slower to answer.
Don't worry. My mom... Oh, sorry, excuse me. I made fun of my mom because my mom was like, it's something... I was like, I'm going to call Jay because Jay can answer right away. Yeah. Because my mom, the phone isn't to her hip. I do commend her for that.
No, I don't understand it because my mom, hers is. But, like, I don't know. Sometimes I've just hung up because she didn't answer quick enough. And she'll be like, I was literally drying my hands. And I'm like, dang, sorry, girl. But yeah, I called my sister. And she's like, what's wrong? What's going on? Because, like, I was crying to the point where, like, I was low-key hyperventilating. Like, I had to, like, calm down my breathing to even speak to her. And I was like, I just feel overwhelmed. I was like, my mom told me it's probably the drugs. And she was like, well, even if it is, why do you feel overwhelmed? And I told her, like, I have this laundry to put up, and I usually start my homework 2 days before, and I haven't started my homework for Tuesday. Mind you, it's Sunday. And I'm like, like, I still need to do my homework for tomorrow, and there's dishes in my sink, and I need a shower, and this and this and this. And she's like, well, first off, like, Ikira, you just sprained your knee. This is an acute injury. My sister went to school for physical therapy. She was giving me the scientific. Yeah. She's like, even if you wanted to do those things, you can't, and that's okay. Yeah. But those things aren't urgent. So right now, you focus on what you need to do for tomorrow and for tonight. And she, like, just gave it to me, like, so simply. Yeah. And it literally, like, immediately calmed me down because, I don't know, it's like in my own head, like, I make things more urgent than they are. Yeah. Like you in that dream, like you're worrying about this deodorant. Like, and when you talk to someone else about it and they put it from their perspective, you see like it's not as big of a deal as you're making it to be, but because it's your own situation, like you're, you know, making it bigger than what it is. Yeah. And so from her perspective, it's just like, she's like, Ikira, most students do their homework the day before. She said, shoot, or the day of. She's like, it's okay that you're not doing your homework for Tuesday right now. And so I think it's so important to have those reminders that literally it's going to be okay, like to slow down and to just be in that moment and to just be in that day. Like I'm pretty sure there's a scripture that's like talks about like tomorrow will worry for itself.
Yeah, Matthew.
Yeah, like there's no need for me to be worrying about tomorrow when there's worries in today. There's things to think about for today. And so that is such a hard mental switch for me. And so literally I just need the Lord in that. But yeah, that's so good. Yeah. Thank you for sharing that dream.
Welcome. You're welcome.
I'm just going to remember that as a reminder when I'm just overthinking stuff. I'm like, the deodorant. The Lord is going to buy the deodorant. He'll take you to Walmart.
Out of all places. Out of all places I could dream up of. I dreamed of going to Walmart.
The deodorant. It's like so simple.
Right,
I think that's what it is. Like it's so simple. Like we make these big deals out of things that are so simple to God. Mm-hmm. Like deodorant. I can take you to the store and I can pay for it. Like the Lord, He's all knowing. He's all like He sees all things. Like He's around us. He has all power, and yet we get so consumed by such small details, forgetting about the kind of God that we serve, who's like outside of time. Like He already knows that the deodorant would be there, that it would get paid for, like just based on that example. But it's like in the moment we let like our earthly worries consume us, forgetting that we have a God who's outside of all of those things.
Yeah.
Just something to think about. I want to be mindful of your time.
Oh.
As I say this. Are you still working today?
Yeah.
Like after you leave here?
Yeah.
Aw, I could keep you if you want.
Okay.
No, it's okay. It's the way you don't care.
I'm in the moment.
As you should be. Is there anything else that you think is important to share about your podcast?
Oh, my goodness. Well, one thing is for sure that I am trying to do is that with my podcast, you know, I'm sharing stories and we're learning. But one series that I'm slowly putting together is I want to teach people to read, teach people on how to learn how to read the Bible.
Yes.
I think
we talked about this.
I think there's Bible illiteracy.
For sure.
And I say that because, you know, when I was trying to figure out like how to market, you know, how to content. I know I so roll my eyes, but anyways, because it's such a struggle. I mean, the struggle is real.
Extremely.
One thing I was constantly coming across was people and talking about like their interpretation of the Bible. You know, they read this verse. What does this verse say to them? And then there'll be these other videos. I came across this content creator. Like he uses a puppet. It's really interesting. Like someone will say something. They'll be like, the Bible says this, 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 this. And then he comes back and he's correcting. Like, well, that's not what that means. And so he corrects on what the true meaning is based on context and everything. And I didn't want to be another person to be like, this is what the Bible says. But I feel like there's a missing skill out there to know how to read it.
Yeah.
And I say that because, for example, 2 Samuel, it's towards the end of 2 Samuel, and David, I think it's Joab. Yeah, I think it's Joab, his good guy. David hears this message to do the census. And David's like, we got to do the census. And Joab's like, I'm not too sure about that. But when you read the scripture, it does feel like that. Like God said it. But but what trips you up is he. So, and today in our language, we would be like, well, it said God is a man, and God did say that. But because he is not capitalized, That was a deception because David ends up getting punished for that by doing the census. So if you didn't know what to look for that, you will be confused. Like, why is David getting punished? I don't get it. So I think learning how to read the book is a missing skill, and I think it's creating confusion and manipulation.
That's so good, and I think that's so true. When you think about a lot of modern day cults, not to get too deep, but like modern day cults, like they're able to use scripture and flip it and use the ignorance of people to make them join and make them believe the things that they want to believe, that they want them to believe, because there is that lack of knowledge and that lack of that skill of reading your Bible and understanding your Bible. And so I think that that's so God for you to have that calling and desire to want to share how to read the Bible, because, how else will they know?
Yeah.
The Bible talks about like, how will people know unless they're taught?
Yes.
And I believe that's in relation to the gospel, but it speaks for scripture as well. I think about when people are new to the faith, they go to church, and the first thing the first thing you come to see at a church is a sermon, but they're not telling you like, this is how you read the Bible. They've already read it. They've read the scripture, and they're telling you what it says. But then how else do you learn?
Right.
Because even with Bible study, it's not fully giving you the rundown of how you can do this and understand it on your own.
Yes.
Because there's so much that people don't know to take into account to fully understand a scripture, like, the context and the audience and the time period and all of those things. And like you said, even the little thing of like the capital H versus the lowercase h. Or I remember I was in a Bible study, and I was talking to somebody. I don't even remember the conversation fully, but they didn't know that in the Bible, Jesus's words are in red.
Whoa.
Yeah. Like, and for me, like, I've always known that. It's so common. Like, I remember being younger in church, and when I got bored, like, just going through and finding all the red words. Like, it was just, like, a cool thing to me. But, like, they didn't know that. And I think they had said, like, oh, like, I don't think my Bible has that or something like that. I'm like, I think all Bibles have this. And so just that thing that people don't know, because I think you could also get confused because, like, in the Old Testament, when God speaks, his words aren't in red. So it's only when Jesus is in the earth that his words are in red. And so it's like little things like that people don't know or understand. Or like sometimes like in scripture where things are quoted, like, where did that quote come from? Or who said that before? Or things like that. So yeah, I think that doing that is going to be so impactful, more than you can know at this moment. And I will be reposting those because that is good stuff. But yeah, do you have anything else that you want to share? Anything that you feel like the Lord is leading you to share, or maybe something he's teaching you right now that you feel like could help others?
What is he teaching me? So many things. One thing that he is teaching me is, man, this is deep. One thing that he's teaching me is his way. And I say that because I am at an impasse in my life. When it comes to my relationships. And that is, I'm hanging on to something that I shouldn't hang on anymore. And I don't want to hurt feelings, you know.
Yeah.
But God has told me in a couple of dreams.
You do be dreaming.
I know I do. Let me tell you about this dream. This is the last one I had. Or maybe this one. It was a very interesting one. They're both interesting. I had one dream where there's two pregnant women, okay, and I was in a court, and I was stating my case on why we should help out this pregnant woman. So the first one did all the things, and the court said, the judge was like, yes, we should help her. Second pregnant woman comes. I do all the things. And they said no. And I said, what do you mean? She's pregnant. She needs help. We need to do these things. And so when I woke up, I didn't know what that meant. Mm-hmm. And I think what the dream was saying, I'm seeing them as two pregnant women, but God is not seeing that. God is seeing something. One woman is for his plan and one is not. She's carrying something that's not for his plan. So the second one, I just had it this week. I was in a room, and this person that I know, there was a woman in the middle and two people with guns towards her. And then there was an officer, and he had a gun towards him. And I had a gun, and I was like, oh, I want that one. I think that one, I don't know why. I'm thinking the other one will be better for my hand. Don't know why. But a shot was fired. And I was like, and I was like, God, I just want to be out of here without being hurt. I just want to get out of here being hurt. And so I left mine on the floor. And so stuff is happening. Shots are being fired. And I walk out. The next thing I know, I'm out of the space. And I was like, did so-and-so make it? I don't know.
And then you woke up?
Yeah.
Girl, these dreams is good. These dreams is good. Yeah. Wow. So you haven't figured that one out yet?
Yeah. So right now in my life, God, everybody has a season, you know?
Yeah.
But when you think about, especially with Jesus and the disciples had to leave things behind, you know, their businesses, their families.
Yeah.
You know, I remember let the dead bury themselves. Like they had to leave things behind in order to continue their relationship with Christ. And that is what I am facing right now, is that I have to leave some things behind in order to further my relationship, because in the end, our life is not our own. Yeah. And that is a tough pill to swallow when you are called to something that they can't join you. Yeah. And it's not on you, it's that God has maybe something different for them, or they're not equipped for the journey that you're about to embark on.
Yeah. That's so real, and that's so good, because I feel like when you're growing your relationship with God, like that's something that everyone goes through.
Yeah.
Like, you know, whether it's relationships in like the romantic way, or friendships, or sometimes even like activities and things that you do.
Yeah.
Like when God is calling you higher, like there are things that you have to leave behind and let go. I always think of like the idea of like picking up your cross and that image and what that looks like. And when you think about the cross that Jesus carried, it was so heavy that someone had to help him. I believe his name was Simon, but he was like a different Simon. And he had to help Jesus carry the cross. And so for us, when we carry our cross, it's God who's helping us. But that cross is still so heavy, we can't hold onto anything else. Like when you're physically carrying a cross, like you don't have the ability to keep anything else in your hands.
Yes.
And so when you try to hold on to other things, something else is being let down, and that is your cross. That is your calling and what God is wanting for you.
Yeah.
And so if you're not ready for that, then you have to, you know, be honest with God so that he's not carrying that cross for you, thinking that you'll sooner or later pick it up.
Yeah.
because then that's just on him. And then when you think about it even deeper, it's like that pain of God now carrying your cross. Sometimes we think, man, I don't want to hurt this person, but we don't think, man, I don't want to hurt God from not doing his will and not furthering, you know, his kingdom in this earth. We often think of the humans that will hurt instead of God, who also has feelings. And it's like that person or those people who God may be calling you away from, he has a purpose for them too. And he's with them too. So it's like, even if they're hurt, you have to trust that because God told you to release that he will be there to pick them back up too. So that is a good word.
Thank you.
And I'll be praying for you.
Thank you.
Because I know you're not the only person to experience that. I've experienced that before. And this might not be the only time that you'll have to go through something like that. Because, when God calls you higher, it's less people who could go there with you. Yeah, they say it's lonely at the top.
They is.
It's such a worldly thing to say, but it's like, it low-key be true. Like, when you're going through certain things and you have certain callings, only certain people can understand that. And can pray for you through that and can sow into your life. Like, when you think about the scripture, iron sharpens iron. If someone is not sharper than you, you're sharpening them, but yet you're getting more dull. So you always need someone who's sharper than you. To help you grow. So you got this. You got this.
Thank you.
I really appreciate this. I could talk to you for hours and hours. Like, we could just be on here. Like, the whole season could just be me and you.
No, I'm not mad about that.
But yeah, I truly honor you and our friendship, and I'm very grateful to have met you because you are so wise and you're so quiet. So it's like, I don't think a lot of people, oh my goodness, someone is looking through, and that is scary. Oh my gosh. Did you see that? She was like, she was trying to open it up. And I know she ain't scheduled because I am.
Well, I saw her at the door. That's why I was kind of like, what's happening here?
That's odd because I'm the one who also has this booked after this. Anywho. That was interesting.
That was
very interesting. I tried to see if I knew the person, but that didn't look like someone I know.
That was not somebody.
That was odd. Anywho, yeah. But you're very quiet, so I feel like people don't know what all is in there. And so I'm grateful for these opportunities to just listen to you and, hear the wisdom that you have, because you've got a lot of it.
Thank you.
Got a lot of it. And I'm just so grateful for our relationship. I'm grateful for you coming on my podcast.
Same.
This has been so amazing, and I can't wait for other people to hear this and to be, impacted by it, because I know I sure was. And I know when I watch it back again, I will be again. so yeah, thank you, Ashley.
Thank you. I really enjoyed myself, and I am so grateful for our friendship. I always say, I want to be like you when I grow up.
My mom started saying that.
For real?
Yes, and my stepdad, he says it too. Like, every time he, or not my stepdad, but my goddad, every time he calls me, I'm usually taking a nap. And so I'll call him back, and he'll be like, where you sleep? And I'll be like, yes. He'll be like, I want to be like you when I grow up.
But I mean, joking aside, I'm blessed for this friendship. And even though I'm older, I've learned from you as well. And I just want you to know you are wise beyond your years. And I love your fire that is in you. Even though I am quiet, I admire your fire. Sometimes I wish I could.
Too, okay.
It's a baby. It's trying. just trying. I watched Castaway and I was like, yeah, that could be my fire inside. Just trying, like Tom Hanks trying to grow
That
it.
is not true.
But I remember I said this to Jay about, going to college and, the footing that Jay is starting out on, being a generations, because I was in the room with my parents, they had a harder time, and then mine just got a little bit easier, and Jay just got even easier. And I feel seeing you, I see the work of your family behind you, and it's just beautiful.
That was so beautiful. I cry if my lash glue was not waterproof. That is so sweet. Thank you. And you do have a fire. You just gotta let people see it. I feel like when you be talking, I be seeing that.
Okay.
It's a quiet fire. You know how fires have a little a little snap crackle?
Yeah.
You just got a quiet one.
Okay.
But it's still there.
All right.
Yeah.
I believe you.
You gotta believe you.
That is a true statement.
Period. Well, guys, thank you so much for watching. Please go watch Ashley's podcast. Okay, follow the Instagram. Are you on TikTok?
Yeah, but I barely touch it.
Okay, I'm right there with you. Follow Instagram. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Stay tuned for these Bible reading how-tos. Turn your post notifications on, all the things. They'll be linked down in the bio. I will see you guys in the next video.
True to your words, you let me catch my breath, get some rest and send me on.